Right now, as you're watching this, 78% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. And here's the kicker. That includes people making six figures. You've probably been told to work hard, save money, and invest in your 401k. But what if I told you that following that exact advice is why most people never escape financial mediocrity? See, there are unspoken money rules that the wealthy follow religiously. Rules that are never taught in school, never discussed at family dinners, and definitely never shared by your financial advisor. Today I'm breaking the code. These are the 7 money secrets the poor are never told. And if you miss secret number 5, you'll be trapped in the rat race forever, watching inflation eat away at your savings while the rich get richer. By the end of this video, you'll understand why your current financial strategy is failing you, and more importantly, what to do about it. Let's dive in. Secret number 1. The tax game is rigged, but you can play it too. Here's a truth that'll make your blood boil. Jeff Bezos paid 0 federal income tax in 2007 and 2011. Warren Buffett pays a lower tax rate than his secretary. And it's completely legal. Why? Because poor people earn money and then pay taxes. The wealthy, they use the tax code like a playbook. Let me paint you a picture. Meet Olivia, who works at a marketing firm making $75,000 a year. Before she even sees her paycheck, Uncle Sam takes about $18,000 in taxes. She's left with $57,000 to live on. Now meet Ronnie. He owns a marketing consultancy. He makes the same $75,000, but here's the difference. He buys a new laptop for $2,000, business expense. Takes clients out for dinner, $3,000 in business meals. Works from his home office, $8,000 home office deduction. Drives to client meetings, $4,000 in vehicle expenses. Suddenly, David's taxable income isn't $75,000. It's $58,000. He just legally saved $4,000 in taxes that Olivia couldn't. This isn't about becoming a tax cheat. It's about understanding that the system rewards business owners and punishes employees. The action step? Start thinking like a business owner. Even a simple side hustle, freelance writing, consulting, selling products online, opens up a world of legal tax advantages. The wealthy know this. Employees pay the highest taxes. Business owners pay the least. Secret number 2. Your job is stealing your wealth, and you don't even know it. This one's going to sting, but stick with me. Your job, that thing you were told would give you security, is actually the biggest obstacle to your wealth. Here's why. When you work a job, you're selling your time for money, and time is the one thing you can never get back. Let me tell you about Mike. Mike's a brilliant software engineer making $120,000 a year. He's been promoted 3 times, gets great reviews, and feels successful. But here's the problem. Mike has created a golden prison. If Mike stops working, his income stops. Period. He's built a lifestyle that requires him to show up every day, trading his life energy for dollars. Now consider his college roommate, Jake. Jake makes $60,000 a year, but he owns 3 rental properties that bring in $2,000 monthly profit. He also has a YouTube channel about personal finance that earns $1,500 a month in ad revenue. Jake's total income? $102,000 less than Mike, right? Wrong. Here's the difference. If Jake gets sick, goes on vacation, or decides to take a year off, his rental properties still collect rent. His YouTube videos still generate ad revenue. His money keeps working even when he doesn't. Mike trades time for money. Jake has built systems that work for him. The harsh reality? If you're not building assets while you work your job is keeping you poor. The solution isn't to quit your job tomorrow. It's to start building income streams that don't require your direct time. Start a blog, create an online course, invest in dividend stocks, buy rental property, anything that pays you while you sleep. Secret number 3, the retirement lie that's bankrupting America. Ready for this bombshell? The retirement system is designed to keep you working until you die. Think about it. You're told to put money into a 401k, get a company match, and retire at 65 with enough money to live on. Sounds reasonable, right? Here's the math that'll shock you. If you contribute $6,000 a year to your 401k starting at age 25 and get a 7% annual return, you'll have about $1.3 million at age 65. Sounds great. Until you realize that $1.3 million in 40 years will have the buying power of about $400,000 today due to inflation. But here's the real kicker. You can't touch that money until you're 59.5 without penalties. So you're basically giving up the best years of your life, working jobs you hate. to maybe have enough money to survive when you're too old to enjoy it. The wealthy figured this out decades ago. They don't wait until 65 to retire. They build assets that generate enough passive income to replace their job income, and they do it as fast as possible. I know a guy named Marcus who started investing in real estate at 28. By 35, his rental income exceeded his corporate salary. He retired at 35, not because he had millions in the bank, but because his assets were paying him more than his job. Real retirement isn't about age. It's about passive income exceeding your expenses. The action step? Stop thinking about retirement as some distant future event. Start building passive income today. Even $100 a month in dividend income is $100 less you need from a job. Secret number 4. Inflation is the silent wealth killer, and your savings account is the victim. Pop quiz. If you had $100,000 in a savings account earning 0.5% interest 10 years ago, how much buying power would you have today? If you said $100,000, you're dead wrong. You'd have the buying power of about $75,000. Why? Because while your money was sitting in that safe savings account, inflation was eating it alive. Here's what's happening right now. The average savings account pays about 0.45% interest. Inflation is running at about 3.2%. That means your money is losing 2.75% of its purchasing power every year. Let me put this in perspective. If you keep $50,000 in a savings account for 10 years, you'll lose about $13,750 in buying power. That's like taking $375 out of your account every year and lighting it on fire. But here's what the wealthy do instead. They put their money in assets that appreciate faster than inflation. Real estate, stocks, businesses, things that go up in value over time. Warren Buffett said it best. The worst investment you can have is cash. Not because cash is bad, but because holding too much cash guarantees you'll lose money to inflation. The wealthy understand this. Cash is a tool, not an investment. Keep 3 to 6 months of expenses in savings for emergencies. Everything else? Put it to work in appreciating assets. Secret number 5, the biggest money mistake that keeps you poor forever. This is the big one. Miss this and you'll be stuck in financial mediocrity forever. The mistake? Focusing on cutting expenses instead of increasing income. I see this everywhere. People spending hours clipping coupons to save $20 on groceries, driving across town to save $5 on gas, buying generic everything to save a few dollars. Here's the brutal truth. You can only cut expenses so much. You can't cut your rent to 0. You can't stop buying food. You can't eliminate all your expenses. But your income? That's unlimited. Let me tell you about 2 friends, Lisa and Amanda. Both make $50,000 a year. Both want to improve their financial situation. Lisa decides to cut expenses. She clips coupons, buys generic brands, cancels subscriptions. After a year of hardcore budgeting, she saves an extra $3,000. Amanda decides to increase income. She starts a side hustle doing social media management. It takes her 10 hours a week and she charges $50 an hour. That's $500 a week or $26,000 a year. Same starting point. Lisa saved $3,000. Amanda earned $26,000. Which strategy would you rather follow? Don't get me wrong, being wasteful is stupid. But obsessing over small expenses while ignoring income opportunities is how you stay broke. The wealthy think like this. Time spent cutting a $5 expense could be spent earning $500. Focus on the big wins. Learn high-income skills. Start a side business. Invest in yourself. The return on investment is massive. Secret number 6. The passive income paradox. Why 40K beats 100K. Here's a question that'll blow your mind. Would you rather make $100,000 a year working 60 hours a week at a stressful job, or make $40,000 a year working 0 hours through passive income? Most people instinctively choose the $100,000. They're thinking about the money, not the freedom. But here's what they're missing. The person making $40,000 passively has something the $100,000 earner doesn't: time. With 60 hours a week freed up, they can spend time with family, travel whenever they want, start new businesses, learn new skills, take care of their health, actually enjoy their life. Plus, here's the kicker. Passive income is scalable. If you can build $40,000 in passive income, you can build $80,000, then $120,000, then $200,000. But a job income? There's always a ceiling. You can only work so many hours. You can only get so many promotions. I know a woman named Jennifer who built a portfolio of dividend-paying stocks that generates $60,000 a year. She also owns a small apartment building that nets $24,000 annually. Her total passive income, $84,000. Jennifer hasn't had a traditional job in 5 years. She spends her days doing yoga, traveling, and volunteering. She's not rich by most people's standards, but she's free. Meanwhile, her former colleague makes $150,000 a year, but works 70-hour weeks and hasn't taken a real vacation in 3 years. Who's really winning? The goal isn't to make the most money. It's to buy back your time. Secret number 7. The compound effect is your wealth superpower, but only if you start now. This is the most powerful wealth-building force in the universe, and most people completely ignore it. It's called compound interest, and Einstein allegedly called it the 8th wonder of the world. Here's how it works. When you invest money, you earn returns. But then you earn returns on your returns, and returns on those returns. It snowballs. Let me show you the magic with a story. Meet twin sisters, Amy and Beth. Both are 25 years old. Amy starts investing $300 a month into index funds. She does this for 10 years, then stops. Total invested $36,000. Beth waits until she's 35 to start investing. She invests $300 a month for 30 years until retirement. Total invested $108,000. Who has more money at 65? Amy has $1.2 million. Beth has $740,000. Amy invested $72,000 less, but has $460,000 more. That's the power of compound interest. But here's the real kicker. If Amy had continued investing that $300 a month for the full 40 years, she'd have $2.4 million. The lesson? Time is more valuable than money when it comes to investing. Every month you delay investing costs you thousands in future wealth. Every year you wait costs you tens of thousands. The wealthy understand this. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Start with whatever you have. Even $50 a month invested consistently will make you wealthy over time. Let's recap the 7 money secrets the poor are never told. The tax game is rigged, but business owners can play it legally. Your job is stealing your wealth. Trading time for money has limits. The retirement lie. 401ks won't make you free. Inflation is the silent wealth killer. Cash loses value over time. The biggest money mistake, focusing on expenses instead of income. The passive income paradox. Freedom beats salary. The compound effect. Time is your most valuable asset. If you've watched this far, you're already ahead of 95% of people. Most clicked away after the first minute. But you're different. You're on the Millionaire Roadmap. Here's your final secret, the one that ties everything together. Wealth isn't about having a lot of money. It's about having your money work harder than you do. Every dollar you earn has a choice to make. It can either be spent on things that lose value or invested in assets that appreciate. The wealthy choose assets. The poor choose expenses. Your homework? Pick one secret from this video and take action on it this week. Start a side hustle. Open an investment account. Read a book about real estate. Do anything to move from knowing to doing. Drop a comment and tell me which secret hit you hardest. Type roadmap with your answer so I know you're serious about building wealth. And if this video opened your eyes to how money really works, smash that like button and subscribe. Share this with someone who needs to hear these truths. Because here's the thing. If you don't start applying these secrets now, you'll be in the exact same financial position a year from today. And that's not why you're here. You're here because you're ready to build real wealth. You're ready to break free from the financial matrix that keeps most people trapped. And if you want to know the silent habits that separate millionaires from everyone else, habits that literally rewire their brains for wealth, while everyone else stays stuck in financial mediocrity, make sure you're subscribed because that's exactly what I'm revealing in the next video. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one.